What is up, everybody? This is the Oklahoma Prepper, and today I'm going to install my barrel stove kit in the new shed. So stick around. This is going to be a little bit of a review and a tutorial video. So stick around. I hope you guys enjoy this. So you're probably asking me, hey, Prepper, why are you putting a wood stove in and it's like March, it's like spring? Well, as you guys know, I just got this little shed. I'm going to turn it into a house. I'm going tiny. Tonight is supposed to be 31. We're supposed to be getting below freezing temperatures again. I'm putting this thing in very temporarily. I think we're only going to be needing this thing in for a couple of nights. So I'm just going to, basically it's a trial run to, that way I can write down, see everything I need and everything I need to do for next year to install it. Plus, it's getting about time for me to start staying in here because I just need to. It's just a me thing. I just want to do it. What's the point of having a brand new tiny house if you can't stay in it? As you guys could tell, the insulation is not up yet. Let's go back here to the back of the shed. I don't know if you guys can see. I did buy. That's weird. It only looked like two. That's 3 rolls of insulation. I do have a couple more up front that I need to bring back here. I also have. Hang on. I also have a couple more. Dang it. That's scary. I have a couple more rolls coming in that I'm ordering. Excuse me. That well, I haven't ordered. I just I got to run and pick up. So I had a couple more rolls. So I've got a few rolls. And so if you guys are wondering, this is a 12 by 26 floor plan. Not necessarily the size of the house, but because this has a 6-foot porch that I'm standing under, that takes away from the floor plan. The upstairs, the loft, it is a full 12 by 32. So you will need extra insulation for the loft, more insulation that you will need for the walls, the lower walls. So I think I planned this out to have 12, I believe, rolls of insulation for the walls, and that's at 16-inch. Studs are 16-inch on center, so I believe that's going to be 12 rolls of 15 3/4 or 15 1/4 or 15 1/2, whatever, 2x4 insulation. And that is going to be, it's going to come out to be 1 roll for 4 studs. And I do have the 8-foot walls. So if you guys do have lower walls, then that's going to be a little different story for you guys. So, you know what's awesome? I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna turn this around real quick. Actually, I'm just gonna turn around on my barn back there, right over my shoulder. I've got an old chicken feeder. And I'm standing out here on my front porch, and look at them birds. The other day, I was sitting out on my front porch in the big house, and I always throw bird seed out, and I had about 16 quail come in on top of, all the cardinals, the blue jays, and all the other birds that were just hanging around. You could just hear them. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but I can hear him pitter-pattering on the roof back there. That's pretty cool. That's what I love about where I live. It's just so peaceful. The only loud noise is train, railroad. And for those of you who don't know, I'm what you would call a foamer. I do have experience though on railroad, so. Yeah, I love trains. But so let's get back to this. So here's the deal. Like I said, you're going to need about 12 rolls of insulation. The reason the wood stove is going in tonight is because it's going to get down to below freezing in the next tonight. and it's going to hang around the 40s. I'm a very, very cold nature person, so I love cold weather. However, just sitting there playing on the computer, watching YouTube, editing videos, it just kind of gets a little chilly just sitting there. So I am gonna I will probably run it for a few days. The day temps are gonna be in the 60s. So unless we get another cold front, which is possible, we've had snow in May, so there's a chance. Or I'm sorry, April, late April. We've had snow in late April, so there's a chance we'll get another cold front. So I'm gonna. So I'll tell you what. Let's quit talking and start putting this thing together. So the first thing I'm gonna do is this is not gonna stay bare. These walls are not gonna stay bare. I will put shielding on it. Right now, I'm just kind of debating on if I want it long ways like this or if I want to turn it and put the back up against here. So let's get started with this real quick. I'm just going to raise it up. I'm going to put a couple of, I'm going to put this short section in. And then I'm going to measure it out, see how high it needs to be, so that, because I will be putting this on wood blocks. And like I said, this is only for a couple of days, so wood blocks is going to be okay. But I will shield this just in case, and I will put a fire barrier, a non-flammable below the wood stove. So I'm going to get it centered to my window. And again, I'll turn this camera up so you guys can see. Well, the sun is bleaching out, but there is a window right there it's going to go out of. And again, this is temporary, but I think I'm going to do it that's how I've been doing it for the last 2 years in the big house, is running it out the window. And I did make a device, I guess you could call it, an adapter. That way the pipe could go out the window and up the outside of the wall. So I will show you guys how to do that too. But again, this is temporary, and always be very cautious, because I really don't want to put any more holes in the walls than I absolutely need to. So again, just be cautious and this is temporary. All right, so this looks about center right here. I don't know how far in this will go, so I will just kind of put this piece on just to give it an extra measurement. So obviously I am going to have to come up. Let's see if I can get you guys on a different angle. So as you guys can see, it is resting on there, and it is tilted slightly. It is tilted up quite a bit. So I will raise this up. And that way I try to get it right at center out the window. All right, guys, so you can see my little mess I got going on here. I got a bunch of bricks and wood blocks and stuff in here. But what I ended up doing, I was going to do that. I put some 8-inch cinder blocks, 8-inch cinder blocks, or 8s, you might call, with some 2x below, and I do have a couple of red bricks. I was checking those are just there for I was trying to get a better size up on them, and they didn't work, so that's the way it is. So as you can see, it is pretty well center right there. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good with that. Then I'll start putting my my stack up, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got the temporary pass-through device. I don't know what you want to call it, but I've got it up for now. As you can see, I just put a couple of pieces of wood right here, and then I screwed it in and then it screws out into that. I couldn't do it the other way because I'm doing this by myself. So yeah, so I did cut a piece out of here. I measured this. I measured this piece of wood to go from that side to this side, just inside the trim, so that it would fit snugly. And I did measure it a couple inches high so that I could have enough to work with. And then I cut this out. I gave a little bit of slack, about a 1/2 inch either side, because this stovepipe does not get very hot, because the stove is so big. I usually keep the fire right here in this part, and when it's good and going real good, I will close the damper off and shut the airflow, so it just kind of simmers in there. It just kind of just simmers in there. And I did get a piece of metal flashing, and this I've done a while back. So I did take this piece of metal flashing, and I measured the diameter, and I even cut some little tabs in there so it would fit really good. And on the bottom, temporarily, I'm going to use this metal. Oh crap! Sorry guys. This aluminum duct tape. This is real duct tape. This is cold weather duct tape, and it's an aluminum tape. I will be using that on this right here. That way it just kind of keeps the air in. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you do me a favor, hit that like button and that subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Also hit that notification bell. That way you get alerted to all of my new content that I upload. All of my social media links are in the description down below. If you guys have anything you guys want to see in particular, be sure to write down in the comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. Have a good night. Stay safe and keep prepping.